Yo, what's up, SJR crew? Sack Juggalo back with VIP artist Lehman. I know you guys have been waiting for this interview, y'all. And we finally here this day. We're going to get it. We're going to tear into this. And, yo, Lehman, say what up to everybody.
I'm here. Hello. How are you guys?
First off, I want to get into where you coming from, bro? Where you rapping out of?
Originally, I was born in Clearwater, Florida, but when I was about 3 years old, I moved up to a real small town just outside of Springfield, Illinois. So I've been here
Okay.
long time.
And that's they say that's where the Simpsons are sprung from. Okay, tight.
Yep.
That's dope. Do they have that house there?
No,
Oh, okay.
There's no fucking word or any scenery or anything that has anything to do with the Simpsons here.
They don't want nothing to do with it, huh?
Nothing. That's all Abraham Lincoln everywhere.
That's crazy. Oh, well, that's good. Abe Lincoln's dope.
Mm-hmm.
So, when did you first realize that you wanted to be an artist?
Oh God. I guess I kind of grew up on rock music, and so I still really like rock music. But when I was about 8 or 9 years old, my dad came home with a bag full of CDs that one of his buddies from work had given him, and the very first CD that I pulled out of the bag was a Marshall Mathers LP.
Nice.
I popped that bitch in a stereo in my bedroom, and I was in love with rap music.
That's awesome. You know, you never forget those pinnacle moments of your life where you're like, this was the moment that changed my life forever. And
Right.
I'm glad you remembered that, man, because a lot of people, they get a lot of things confused. Oh, I've been wanting to do it since I was a little kid, but you were very exact. I appreciate that, man. I know the first time I heard rap music, I was probably about 6 or 7. I used to live in Tennessee. Now I'm in California. And I got the first Beastie Boys album. And
Oh God.
that shit blew my fucking top back. Because, like you, I was raised on country music and rock and roll. Mostly classic rock, And I heard that shit, and it was like a whole new world that opened up to me. And ever since then, I was just in love with rap music. So I feel you on that type of that vibe right there, man.
Yeah, I think it's so crazy that I respect the fucking craft so much, because I was 9 years old listening to Eminem say all kinds of crazy shit. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, but I knew that was my genre.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, M was one of those dudes who pulled a lot of cats into the game, and thank God he did. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not the biggest Eminem fan. The dude can spit, no doubt. The dude's probably the best that's ever done it. You know what I'm saying? But I've never really gotten into his music like I have a lot of other artists. Probably partially because because I'm a lot older than you. I mean, I'm in my 40s, so by the time Eminem came out, I was kind of already off the radio thing. I was kind of just going for the underground shit. And back then, it was hard because the internet wasn't as abundant as it is now. I mean, I'm listening to people around the world, spit shit, and I would have never heard that when I was a kid. So in that fashion, the younger generation growing up, they get all this, type of influence from, all people around the world. I think this is a great thing, I also wanted to ask you about this newly formed rap crew you got, man. I'm jazzed, bro. I've been telling people about it, man. Everybody's hyped, dude, in the chat, bro. I'm happy for you guys. You got a cool crew going, man. And just let everybody know who's in that crew.
So the crew primarily consists of myself, Nefarious, Trippy J, Reaper, and Maniac.
Okay.
It was crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I apologize.
We were basically in this big old chat like we always are, because we all talk to each other on a regular basis and that kind of stuff. And Maniac had sent us the link from Crazy, because Crazy had dropped a diss track on Maniac, and we were all listening to it. And then obviously us being the fucking cocky rappers that we are, hopped in the comments and we're talking all kinds of shit. And so Crazy was throwing all kinds of fucking shots back. People were jumping our ship. And so we were like, all right, we're going to make a diss track. And so Maniac puts the fucking beat together, sends it to all of us, gives us timestamps. And then literally, like, just as the song was getting finished, somebody, I don't even remember who, came up with the idea that we were going to form this fucking mega group. And this was going to be our first song.
Well, I'm super excited to see the rest of what comes out of this. You guys are some talented artists, man, and I rep every one of you on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, in fact, Trippy just turned Jackson onto me, and I've been doing some Jackson. I just did my first Jackson reaction. Very impressed with his vocals on that track I did, and I'm glad to see this community, even though that you guys might not be close to each other, you're able to form something that's tangible, you know, for fans like myself, right. You know. So do you guys have any plans to drop another song anytime soon?
Yeah, I think right after this, I'm hopping right back into the fucking Instagram chat, and we're going to work on putting something together, so...
That's my dude, man. You're always grinding, man. I tell everybody, man, this dude works his ass off. You know, there's a lot of underground rappers I work with, and I feature a lot of VIP artists on my channel, and I see you guys in the chat all the time talking. So it's really encouraging that I was able to put something together that you guys could also find each other in and be able to talk and maybe collab on. So that for me is kind of like a dream come true, because I always wanted to be a radio DJ, and this is about as close as I'm going to get. But if we could do, you know, things like this, interviews, react to music, give my feedback, this is the best thing I could probably do for me as far as a fan. But as for an artist, how do you feel about that?
I feel like YouTube is a huge platform now, because when I first started, I was putting 100% of my material on SoundCloud, and that was it. I was promoting through SoundCloud, all that kind of stuff. And then last year, about October-ish, I decided I wanted to start kind of pulling my stuff off of SoundCloud and putting it on YouTube. And like 2 weeks into me doing that, I found Nefarious.
Oh, nice.
I had commented on one of his videos. He did a reaction, said that we need to do a feature. And so then we started talking, and then eventually we found Trip and Teal and Avery and all kinds of other people, and it just turned into this big network, and that's just something that I wasn't able to get on SoundCloud.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. I do dabble in SoundCloud. I got another friend that raps on SoundCloud, and you know, he's just coming up and he's trying to get his things together, and you know, I try to support him as much as I can. In fact, I've checked out a few of his songs and reacted to him on the channel here. He goes by the name of Jester. I think he changed his name though now. I can't remember, Extance or something like that. I can't remember. But he moved back to Arkansas, and I haven't talked to him very much. But since I've gotten in touch with all of you guys, I've really felt like that between like you, Apex, Trippy J, all you guys, that I might be able to, you know, help you guys get a few more eyeballs on your work, and I'm just happy to do that. You know, like I was saying in my other video, I ain't never going to charge you guys to do any reactions. You know, some reaction channels out there will be like, oh, you give me like $10 or whatever, I'll react to your shit. This shit will never happen here. So I really hope, I had to take this earphone out because it's driving me crazy talking like that. But I hope you guys appreciate it, because I do work my ass off, and I appreciate you guys because you work your asses off. I mean, hell, you dropped, what, 2-3 tracks in 2 days? I mean, that's crazy work, dude. I respect the shit out of that, dude.
Yep. I'm still sitting on a couple more, too.
I'm sure you are, dude. Did you get a new tattoo there on your arm?
Yeah, I did.
Nice. I seen that in the last video. I was like, oh, you got some tat. That shit was dope. I forgot to bring my paper home. I had it at work. I had a bunch of questions and shit. That's probably why this doesn't sound exactly great or anything. But let's see here. Where do you see yourself in the next year?
Oh gosh, I don't even know, man. That is so hard. That is so hard for an artist to predict because you could have one song that fucking blows up overnight, shoots you miles ahead of where you're at.
Talk about Vin J, man, did it with that mumble rapper versus lyricist. That really blew his shit up.
Yeah, that really did. I had never heard of him until that video came out.
Yeah, me neither. And I was almost contemplating, like, should I click on this? And I listened to about 10 seconds of it. I was like, I gotta fucking react to this. This is great. You know what I'm saying?
And that video, cool. I wish I had fucking video capabilities like that.
Well, the good news is that the cost of the equipment's come down so much that, I mean, like yourself, you're using equipment that doesn't cost a fortune to record your vocals, and you're sending it to, you know, I think you said you're sending it to Maniac to mix and produce, right?
Yep. Some of it, not all of it.
Oh, okay. But you're doing it for on the low, and that right there is the advantage of. I know the record companies are pissed off about this.
Yeah, right.
At some point, they're not going to get. They're going to have to go digital. They're going to have to drop this whole corporate entity thing and go digital on a platform, or they're going to end up being bankrupt. Because too many artists have woke up and noticed, hey, I can make money on YouTube. I can make money on Instagram. You know. And once you get enough people behind you, you start doing shows. It's curtains, bro. I mean, you saw Jordan Lucas do it.
Yeah.
Jordan Lucas probably one of my favorite dudes. And now you're not going to be able to see him in a little ass venue like I've seen him in before. You're going to have to go to a fucking arena to see this dude. And he's no longer signed with Atlantic. So Atlantic's losing out on a ton of dough. And you know they're mad as shit. Because they kept telling him, look, man, all we need is a hit single. All we need is a hit single. He's like, fuck y'all. I'll put out music all day. You know, it's y'all's fault you ain't picked one. So I can see the artist struggle there as far as trying to do something in compliance with someone else rather than just do what the fuck you want to do. You know, the money might not come all at once, but that's fine. You know, if you're comfortable working for a little bit and then transitioning over to music once you feel like you got a big enough base, you know, more power to you. You know, nobody said this shit was going to be easy, and if you got the balls to stick it out, man, 100%, I'll back you to the end of this earth, especially with the skills that you got. I don't know how long it took you to develop your skills, or if you just came out right at the gate like you did, bro. But seriously, man, your word clarity, your double time, and your fucking pen, dude, it's a killer, bro. It really is good, man. And I salute you on all those facts, man, because it's not easy to be able to put words to a beat, especially a beat you don't even know anything about. Like, you didn't make that beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you download a beat or pay a license for a beat that you like, and then you have to listen to that beat and fit words into you know, these bars, and that's got to be tough, bro. I mean, I honestly couldn't do it. And yeah, man. How long does it usually take you to write a song?
Really depends on the song. So, like, if I'm writing a song to an instrumental that, like, I picked myself and it really stood out to me, I can get it done in a couple fucking hours. But, like, if I say that I want to do a feature with somebody and they send me an instrumental that I'm not really feeling, but I still want to do the verse, it might take me a couple more fucking days. Just to work it together. But, like, if a beat comes on and I really fucking like it, the way that it drops and everything, shit just starts coming to my head like that.
Nice. So you do have that natural talent to where you're just feeling it and it kind of just oozes out of you. That's true artist shit, man. I really hope you make it. far in your career. I mean, I hope I'm fucking 80 listening to your music. You know what I'm saying? I believe in your work, man. Just to be honest, and I am a fan of your work. So I'm not just a dude just trying to make money on some shit. I do enjoy listening to the tracks you put out. Nefarious, he's got some great pen, you know, in his work. Trippy J the same way. You know, I hope to have you all on at some point for interviews. Maybe all together when you come together on that next drop. I don't know. We'll see. What? Man, I forgot all the questions that I was going to ask you, man. Fuck. What do you think will be? God damn, I can't even think. I'm gonna have to do some editing on this one. Who would you like to work with that you currently haven't?
There's a lot of people that I want to work with that I currently haven't. So, like, I'm kind of narrowing down the list. So, I don't know if you saw or not, but I posted this list of people on Twitter that I wanted to collab with by the end of this year. And so I had, like, Blindsight was on there.
Okay.
Chris was on there. 10K was on there. We Scheme was on there. Reaper was on there. And so I have a song with Retrack and We Scheme coming out on Retrack's EP. I believe it drops August 13th.
Nice.
Obviously Reaper was just on that diss track.
Yeah.
Crypt, I am still working on. Me and Trip thought we had something lined up for it, but Crypt charges $500 a verse.
Okay.
So we backed out of that one and went for a different route. And then Blindsight. I actually just finished a song with Blindsight the other night, so it should be out here pretty soon. Nice,
dude. I do enjoy Blindsight. He came in to chat the other day, and he's like, "Yo," in fact, I think he commented on your video, and you know, just giving props and shit. And I was like, "Yo, Blindsight, thanks for coming through again, man. I appreciate it." He's like, "No problem, dude." Fuck, I forgot what he was going to say. I forgot what he had said, but he was just basically giving you props, man. And it just goes to show the community on how, for some reason, this YouTube community, you're not, for the most part, people aren't to dog each other out. They're there to pick people up. And that's
right.
Really encouraging to see, you know. Do you have anything to add to that?
I don't know. I really like this community a lot. It's obviously brought me into a whole new light, a whole lot of people. And, like, I've been fucking writing rap music since maybe 2012.
Okay.
I probably wrote my first verse, and so I wrote my first verse 2012. Only showed it to probably, like, one other person. And around 2015, I recorded my first verse. It was fucking garbage. And then I kept fucking working through it, and then I don't know what fucking point it was, but at one point I was just like, entirely. So I did. And then shortly after that, I made a fucking album. Right before I had dropped that album, I met, like, Nefarious and all of them guys, and from that point to now, I feel like that has been the most that I've improved over any fucking time in my rap career.
That's awesome, because I in the short time that I've been listening to you, I've noticed a drastic, upswing in not only the quality of the music being produced, because it does sound studio quality now, but also in your lyricism. And it's really cool to watch somebody grow as an artist like that from a fan standpoint, to see them grow. And that's another reason why I'm doing this channel, is to see the next generation of, hell, I mean, at some point you could be the next dude flying around in private jets, you know what I'm saying? And I really hope you are that dude, you know what I'm saying? just for the fact that you have that talent and you could make it that far, you know, and you seem like the type of dude who has that drive in him, who will make it eventually. You know what I'm saying? No matter how long it takes, you're going to stay with it. Is basically what I'm saying. It could be tomorrow, it could be 5 years from now, but you seem like that dude who's not going to stop, and that's commendable, dude. Seriously, honestly, I feel like I'm the same way because I go to work every day, you know, come home and record these videos. You know, I have the same type of drive to where I'm not going to let some 9-to-5 job get in my way of something that I enjoy doing. You know, so that's dope as shit too. Let's see, another question. Damn, what's the next thing you're going to drop for us? You give us a little taste.
I don't know, man. I'd say the Blindside song will probably be out before I drop anything. I do have an Open Mic Freestyle 2 video recorded and ready to go, but I'm not sure when I'm going to drop that.
Okay.
I'm working on my second album right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Never Better is a title track.
Is that also the name of the album?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be completely different than Local Boy was.
Okay.
Which is what I want to basically try as many new fucking things rap-wise as I can and just figure out what fucking works for me, what I'm best at.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you saw NF's drop yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see how he's been progressing in his style, and this is his fourth album. So, yeah, always keep fucking with it, man. Never settle for one thing. That would be my advice. I know you don't need it, but you know that would just be my advice. Always try some new shit. Don't be scared to change it up. Your fans are going to be your fans, you know, and you may gain some and lose some along the way, but your real ones are going to stay with you, and that's what it's all about. To have a real solid fan base. You see, Screwface fan base is strong as shit. You know, those dudes ride with them. Why am I blanking on his fucking name? Upchurch, his fan base is strong as shit. You know, people do not jump off the ship on these dudes. So that's what, you know, that's what I'm hoping you'll get in a large number, you know, millions, you know, one day, where people are saying, don't fuck with Lehman. Don't fuck with him, because you're going to get all of us, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Is there anything that you might want to critique about the channel, or maybe the way that I do things?
No, not really, but I do have one question to ask you about the channel.
Sure.
Now, I know before you talked about doing a podcast. You said you had another YouTuber interested in doing it. Didn't know if you could get them on or not. I was having a conversation with Brucka the other day.
Yeah.
And he said that if you do a podcast, he would be willing to do it with you.
Nice. No, that's 100, because I did actually drop him a comment and ask him if he wanted to collab. He kind of never got back to me on that, but Brucka's dope dude, man. I enjoy his content, and yeah, I'd be all in, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. That dude he's 100%. In fact, I was just watching his reaction to your track that crazy diss you put out, and I was like, at 3:06 you put that hood up, bro. Like that shit was hilarious, talking about going in their booty hole. Like, yo, you had some straight up bars in that shit too. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You came hard as fuck.
Man, that kid fucking commented on that video and called it simple.
Well, you know, that's just a hater in them, you know.
Right, yeah.
Like myself, I don't care for Eminem the person, but the motherfucker can rap, dude, and I will never say anything different. You know what I'm saying? He's always been able to come with the heat, dude. So whether or not I like you or not, it doesn't diminish your skills, you know. And people like crazy, unfortunately, there are people like him who let their emotions cloud their judgment,
Uh-huh.
So, you know, if he wants to hate, let him hate. If he cannot appreciate, then, you know, whatever. But we appreciated it. I know Brooker appreciated it. He jumped out of
Yep.
his fucking chair a few times. Like
Hmm.
that shit was hot. Um, yeah, so definitely if you talk to Brooker, let him know I'm down. I'll send him a couple more messages. Maybe we could do like a once a week thing, you know, maybe on
Hmm.
the weekends. We'll set that up. But yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great idea, man. Thanks for asking
Yeah.
about that too, by the way.
Yeah. I was talking to him about it. I was like telling him that, maybe once a week you guys could pull, or like once a month or something, you guys could pull like me or Nefarious or one of the guys in and just talk about like the current state of hip hop or whatever at the time, and I think it'd be pretty cool.
No, that would be amazing. Hell yeah. That's exactly the way I wanted to take the channel, anyways. So, like,
Hmm.
you know, maybe one day, one month we could do one on my channel. The next month we'll do one on his channel. That way we don't have to
Hmm.
worry about splitting up money and shit. He could just keep
Right. Yeah.
his, I'll keep mine, whatever. And then we can
Hmm.
also go about maybe I'll pull a few of his fans. He'll pull a few of my subs, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's all about growing and everything. So, yeah, that's a great idea, bro. I really do appreciate that. Um, well, what time is it back there? 9? 8?
Yeah, it's 8.
8, okay. You're in Illinois, that's right. Okay, yeah, 8 o'clock. My dad's in Arkansas, so I'm like, he's in that mountain too, or Central, or whatever it is. I can't
Hmm.
remember.
Central.
Central, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you know, I don't want to keep you forever, man. I know you want to jump back in the studio, but I do want to thank you for your time, man. It
Yeah,
has
man.
been a pleasure speaking with you. I hope everybody out there enjoyed the content. We will be having Lehman on again if he agrees. So, much love to you, man. I really hope you have a great career ahead of you. I will be there backing you through the entire thing, man. You have no problem, you know, as far as support there. Um, any last words for you, man?
No, but I have one more question.
Okay, shoot.
Yeah. Okay. So, um, the rap music that you grew up on is obviously a lot different than the rap music that I grew up on.
Yeah.
So, like, how hard is it for you to respect, like, new school lyricists as compared to an old school lyricist? Like, what is the, like, connection that makes it work for you there?
Mainly for me, I try not to compare people.
Mm-hmm.
So I will never say, "Oh, Lehman's the next Eminem." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'll never do that. Just like a lot of people go, "Oh, NF, he's another Eminem." No, I don't say that shit because I'm not the type of person who wants to put you in someone else's shadow. So if you're speaking the truth, you know, if you're spitting facts, no matter how you may be doing it, whatever cadences you might be using, um, I'm all for it. You know, it's when we start getting into stuff that talks about look at my ice, look at these cars I
Right.
don't own. That shit I don't need to hear about. You know, I don't
Mm-hmm.
care about your money. I don't care about how many holes you stuck your dick in. I don't care that. You know, that ain't for me. You know. Uh,
Yeah.
but the stuff that you talk about in your music, you know, you talk about relationships, you know, you
Mm-hmm.
talk about growing up, talking about living
Mm-hmm.
your life. Those are things that people can relate to, and
Right.
to be honest, even my old ass can relate to them. You know, and
Yeah.
it's so reassuring that a new generation of rappers are coming up that respect real content. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and you know, I have a 20-year-old daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and I would drive her to school every day. Well, on the way
Mm-hmm.
to school, she want to listen to radio, and you know me, I don't listen to fucking radio. But she put that shit on, and even for the 10 minutes it took me to take her to school, it drive me fucking crazy, because I'm serious, bro. They would just be repeating themselves over and over again,
Yep.
talking about nothing, and I don't know. I just can't get behind it. Maybe if I was really drunk in a club somewhere, I can get down with the beats. But that's about it. You know, I can only maybe just get behind the beats. The beats are hard as shit. But I'm a content guy, and it really doesn't matter the genre of music. If you're telling me a story, I want to hear the story.
Right.
You know? So that's where I come from. You know, it doesn't matter if it's No Sleep Till Brooklyn, or you know, NF's new track where he's talking about, you know, growing up and trying to make his dreams come true. You know. So as far as that, no, go ahead.
I got one more because I gotta ask this. I gotta ask this of fucking everybody that I meet. Who had the better verse on Renegade, M or J?
It would have to be M, man. It is always M, dude. Damn near always M. What do you think?
I think M had a better verse, but one of the main reasons that I think M had a better verse is just the way that his fucking flow picks up right after Jay-Z's drops off.
Right.
Just like Jay-Z is kind of like an elongated word, like flow kind of guy, and then Eminem comes in and he fucking puts a rhyming syllable on every fucking sound, and it's just fucking crazy.
I do like it when it chops up like that. That's probably like Tech 9 type of choppy flow, you know? It's my favorite shit. It's the hardest to try and break down, but I think that's part of the challenge, you know, of and liking it so much because it is so difficult to decipher.
That shit is hard to fucking do too, man.
I can't even talk fast, like saying things, and I started fumbling over my words. I couldn't imagine just going on for paragraphs and not fucking it up, especially some dudes doing one takes.
Yeah, the song that I have coming out with Blindside is like a rock rack Tech 9 style fucking chopper song.
Oh, sick.
And so I stood in here for a solid fucking 2 hours, like nights in a row, just trying to get this verse right.
Nice.
I think I probably recorded, deleted it, and then re-recorded it 400 fucking times. It's so difficult.
Well, that just goes to show. That just goes to show the. See, I can't even talk. But that just goes to show the level of dedication you have. And you want to perfect it. I mean, even at a guy who, you know, doesn't have a bunch of subs, doesn't have, you know, millions of dollars rolling in, you're still a dude who cares about his artwork. And that's what it is. Right. When you get down to it, it's artwork, and it is a beautiful thing to see. Someone to be able to go on a track, dominate a beat, and like you guys were on that fucking the Asylum track, man. It was just one after another, after another, after another. It was breaking my brain in half, you know, with all the bars that were going through there. I fucking loved it, you know. So, much continued success to you, bro. I hope all you guys have fucking $1 million dreams and $1 million careers, man. I really do.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, man. Anything else you wanted to shout out before you take off, man?
No, I think I'm good, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming in. I hope all you out there had a great time. And go show Lehman some love, man. His information will be down in the description and also at the end of this video, so you'll be able to sub right from here. Go check out his other work because he's got a lot of great work out there, and he's constantly dropping, so you'll never be short of when's Lehman going to drop. He's always dropping. Don't worry. Again, thank you, man. I appreciate you. I hope to have you on again real soon, man.
Yeah, man, of course.